All right, you fucking cocksuckers. Welcome back to the Purple Podcast. This is your host, Austin. I hope you're doing well tonight.
You blew it, Austin, on the 2 minutes.
Fuck YouTube too, baby. Fucking cocksuckers. You're going to hear that one a lot tonight.
What do you think of that?
It's Friday. I'm feeling frisky. I got a bottle of wine with me, a glass of wine.
What do you have to say about that, Dad? You look a little bit encumbered.
Did we just scare him?
Griffin, to be honest, I was going to kind of start this episode with, the language in this movie, everything is an F-bomb. So,
yeah.
Kind of expect that.
I think I read that Mark Wahlberg throws the F-bomb out at least 200 times, which I don't even, how's that possible? He did it 200 times.
Griffin, in one sentence, I think he threw the F-bomb 5 times.
It might be in like the whole movie, like there's that many Fs.
Yeah, I thought it said like Mark Wahlberg specifically, and I was like, I don't know how in the world that he did that himself.
Guys, there's 22 dead people in this movie. There's going to be F-bombs. I'm sorry. Just how it is.
You said that there was a bit of violence in this one, and I think I kind of called you down on it last episode.
Yeah, you kind of laughed. You laughed me off. I'm like, oh, this thing is violent, bud.
But we didn't
Martin Scorsese. Come on.
We're doing The Departed.
Departed. God, what a great aspect of this movie. Just the accents, the place, the setting.
No doubt.
I loved it, and it made me want to go back to Boston. Actually, Dad, I know that it's been a couple of years for us now. We need to get.
It's been several years, my friend. Yes,
get
sir.
Some Fenway Franks and hang out.
And a beer.
Yeah, nice beer.
Even though
hang out,
most of the movie was actually shot in New York City.
I did see that.
Tax incentives.
Yeah, but then I did hear though that Bostonians approved of the movie and the representation of Boston folk. Did you hear that?
Yeah, what's that say about Bostonians, and what they perceive of themselves? They're not they're a little rough around the edges, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but I think they probably take pride in it, right?
Yeah.
Well, they take pride in their guys. Wahlberg is a Bostonian, and Matt Damon is as well. So, they love those guys.
Well,
and I'm sure they do a lot for the community there.
You've been a Red Sox fan as far as I know. You want to talk about your connection with Boston at all?
Guys, I've been a Red Sox fan since the let's call it the mid 70s. Guys, being a kid from Louisville, we had a lot of, being Cincinnati's right down the road, a lot of the Cincinnati players that I followed, they ended up, for some reason, they end up going to Boston. So a lot of the Cincinnati players ended up in Boston. So I became a big Boston fan due to that. And then in 75, of course, we all know who Boston ran into. They ran into the Big Red Machine, which was the absolute worst thing you could run into. So as a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid, seeing your heroes get beat in that World Series was devastating for me. So, but I've always been a Boston fan, as Griffin pointed out.
Had to wait till 2004, eh?
Yes, sir, I did. Cried like a baby and proud of it.
Do they show Fenway at all in this? I feel like that's something that
I don't think
a lot of Boston movies try to just do something that involves Fenway. Like
I don't think I had noticed if they
just
did.
Like a flyover shot or something.
Hey, Austin, let me throw this in there. One of the I was reading a little bit about this movie, but one of the things was, they really didn't base it off of too much. They based it's off of a book. It's off of a book in Hong Kong, I think.
It's a movie. It was a movie.
It was yes. I'm sorry, Austin. You're
2002.
Right.
Infernal
Affairs. Yes.
There you go.
They based a little bit of this off Whitey Bulger.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time, I was there, Griffin was there, the whole family was there. Whitey Bulger got locked up. And Griffin, if you remember this, the town, there were police everywhere blocking off roads. We couldn't move for a while when we were there. And everybody was like, what in the world's going on while we were there? And then we found out later that Whitey Bulger had been arrested. and pulled in. So
not to pull an Austin, but did you hear what ended up happening to that cat?
Oh, I think he ended up. I think he got whacked in prison.
He got whacked.
Yeah. I mean,
they beat the hell. He was like an 89-year-old man. They beat the shit out of him.
Well,
it was
believe
brutal.
me, anything they did was probably minimal to what he had done to other people. So he was not a good guy.
Yeah,
not a good guy at all. But The Departed, this movie comes out 2006. Guess when its premiere is?
2006.
What? This asshole. September 26th of 2006, or to the date. So this is 19 years ago. Yeah, had no clue.
Oh my! How do we do that? We keep doing that, guys.
Yeah, well, I was like, damn,
professionals. We are professionals.
I was thinking, I was like, I picked the wrong Scorsese movie because a week ago, was I think like 35th anniversary of Goodfellas coming out. It's like, maybe I should have picked that one to be on time. And then I go to look at this and it's like, shit, it came out a week later. It's today. I mean, it's Friday currently. You'll be listening on Sunday.
Incredible.
Another thing to look at for In the Purple World on Wednesday, expect the first episode of our Stranger Things rewatch series coming out. Excited to present that one to you guys. Hope you like it. Should be a fun kind of following leading you up to the new season premiere.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
I'm stoked on it. Man, well, I'd kind of love to hear, Austin, because I've seen this movie. I'd seen it maybe once before. And watching it back, I was really pretty enamored with it. I loved it. I thought it was fun. What was kind of your motivation behind having us present this one today?
That's a good question. I mean, not all too much went into it. This is one that I was behind the 8 ball on. I did not see it until years down the road. Probably only a couple years ago, I saw it for the first time. I was like, how the fuck have I not seen this movie? There's a line I always think of in a Lil Dicky song where he's like, she made me turn off The Departed for a movie about a bee. I can't remember which one it is. And he's talking about the bee movie.
That's Let Me Freak.
That's it. That's the one. Well done, Griff. But yeah, I hadn't seen it. And then I finally got around to watching it. I mean, I have it on DVD too. It was around the house. Just never watched it. Maybe it was too violent, but that never really held me back from watching anything, or my parents keeping me from watching anything. But yeah, it's just a good movie. There's a stellar cast, of course.
It was almost comical to me by the point that Alec Baldwin showed up. It was like funny. I was like, oh my gosh, like they literally have everybody. It was just like after star after star. I mean, it was just even Vera Farmiga, like, I mean, she's made a huge living out of the Conjuring series. And I think they just had like the last showing of that, The Last Rites, or The Conjuring Last Rites just came out. Hey, we're watching that for one of our Purple episodes, are we not?
I would love to. I mean, I really would. I don't think we're going to have enough time.
You doing it, Pops?
He's going for, what are you going for? We don't have to get that out too early.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
We will, but directed by Mr. Cheddar himself, Martin Scorsese.
Mr. Cheddar.
Yeah, and guess who produced it or helped produce it?
Brad Pitt.
Brad
Pitt. I did not know that.
You didn't. Well, what happened?
He was supposed to star in this.
He thought about
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, exactly. And then he was like, I think I'm a little too old. Let me kind of sit behind on this one. I mean, God, I just like Brad Pitt more and more. I think I gotta say, I just like the guy more and more.
And they talked about Ray Liotta as well, potentially having a role in this. Had other obligations. They talked about
De Niro.
They talked about De Niro as well. It's like all these names, man.
And they wanted De Niro and Ray Liotta to be the cops. They wanted them to do the Martin Sheen, the Mark Wahlberg, which was exact opposite of what they were in Goodfellas, of course.
Yeah.
How interesting. But guys, we've got Jack. We've got Jack in this movie. I think this is the first movie that we've done with Jack. What did you all think of Jack?
He was phenomenal, top tier. I mean, I'm not going to hop into best characters yet, but I mean, he is a strong contender.
He's a strong contender. I just fell.
We heard him at the beginning, didn't we?
Well, from the very beginning, like when he walks into that grocery store and he's talking to that guy behind the counter, he's like, hey, and just the commanding presence he had talking to young Matt Damon, old Collie, like I was loving it. He just had that aura about him, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's so despicable, but he's so magnetic too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's right in the very early going, he hits on that one guy's daughter, right in the scene.
Well, what was the guy going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly. And then he asks the 10-year-old kid, he's like, hey, if you ever need some extra money, basically getting this guy into their Irish mob right when the guy's 10 years old because he knows he's got no other direction going on. And then there's even that scene where they kill the people and Frenchie's like, you need to see someone, Francis, because he's like, she felt funny and starts just laughing, cackling about it. So, I mean, he is really effective. I mean, he's the Joker in the older Batman series movies. And you just see these facial expressions on the guy and he's just a fucking wild card, right?
Basically, guys, he's the Joker and the Departed is what he is. I mean, there's scenes that I was laughing, going, "Oh my God, he did that same face." I mean, we've been joking all week about it. The rat face. I mean, he did that in the Batman movie. He's talking about the bat, and he does that, which is, I mean, he's hilarious. I like kind of the opening scene where his voice he does, and I wrote it down. I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want the environment to be a product of me. I mean, this guy, he's just an evil, evil guy. And as Austin pointed out, man, he's horrible. I mean, he's just the worst of the worst. But there's something about him that you go, I want to see what he does next.
Oh, yeah.
He just was that guy. I mean,
well, man, what about...
He becomes progressively more and more unhinged throughout the movie too, with this rat that's just eating at him,
trying to figure out who the rat is. And then, we find out what he was. He was a rat.
Yeah, he was a rat himself. I thought it was like, especially in that scene where he's with Billy in his apartment or whatever, and he has that just severed hand that he's carrying around, and he walks into that one point like just covered in blood, and Billy goes back to the cops. He's like, guys, he's becoming. I like him. You guys got to get me out of this.
He goes into his bathroom and throws the wire out the window. He's like, I'm not doing a fucking wire.
Yeah. I mean, think about how crazy it was. And he's explaining John Lennon to him. That was even funnier. It's like, man.
Just complete apathy.
I will say, man, if you're talking amazing characters, though, Leo, God, he does. I mean, I think he just.
Billy.
Fantastic
Billy
job.
boy.
And I mean, he's got guts for days. That dude, he doesn't back down at all. I mean, I think the only reason he didn't get killed in that beginning scene where he cracks that guy at the bar is because he had such nuts. I think they were like, damn, who's this guy? You know what I mean? Like, and that was a fun scene,
that's exactly what it is.
Well, in French, remember he hits that guy over the head and French goes, there's people you can hit and there's people you can't. And that guy's almost a guy you can't hit, so you better watch your shit.
Yeah.
But I just loved all the dynamics of it. But he was a badass, wasn't he, Dad?
Well, hell, he ended up fighting Mark Wahlberg. He punched. Usually Mark Wahlberg, gets the best of everybody, and anytime they always make him a badass. He got his ass kicked twice in this movie, which was great. It was just kind of funny that Leo he took it to him. I mean, I don't even think Wahlberg got a punch in. He just got his ass.
Well, God,
kicked.
And what about Mark Wahlberg in this movie, though? Like that beginning scene where they're sitting down and kind of just talking to him and they start digging into him like hell. I mean, that was just brutal, wasn't it?
What was the scene, guys? Help me out with this. This is Griffin. This is on your point about Wahlberg. Sheen says, you rise fast. And then, I mean, without hesitation, Wahlberg says, like a 12-year-old boy's dick. And it's like, boom. I mean, these guys were it's like they played off each other so well.
There was so much, something I noticed, and it kind of comes back to the Bostonian thing. Everyone was no one was conflict averse at all.
No.
People loved the conflict, and they were not afraid at all to jump right into it and butt heads. Like,
and guys, movie. I mean, that's a Scorsese. I mean, again, if you've seen Goodfellas, politically correct, there's nothing politically correct about this movie.
Here's a question.
I don't know. Maybe go fuck yourself. It's just it's that attitude throughout the entire movie.
What? Maybe Austin, you got a point, but it is the whole movie. You're just hyped up the whole movie, going, wow, what's going to happen next? And then we'll talk about it here in a little bit. The ending.
It was
smokes.
It was epic though. And how long is this movie? It's got to be close to 2.5 hours.
It's
right?
what 2.5. Yeah, I mean, every bit of that.
Did you guys not think it was like an epic though? I think I was reading the title card doesn't even come in till 18 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
I mean it was epic and just scene after scene, and something that I really appreciated about it too. I don't know if you guys noticed, there were like a few really unexpected, surreal moments in this movie where it kind of like it kind of just brought you into the story in a different way. Like, I'm thinking of when Costello is doing that coke with the two ladies after the opera, and his eyes are all glazed, and like it's so
don't get up till you're numb.
Yeah, and you see the light and everything, and I was like, dude, that was really surreal. Then when you see the rat at the end of the movie, that was super surreal, and it was just like, it kind of was like this big stylistic change in the movie, but it was really cool, and it was really bold, and they pulled it off. So
it was cool. This movie is one, like, with taking notes for it can be difficult because the scenes are so scattered sometimes. Like, it is boom, 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 boom. It is giving you a lot, and it's very fast paced. This movie moves at light speed. It doesn't feel like a 2.5 hour movie by any means. You feel like you're at the end of it pretty quick there. Let me give you all some facts. This movie had a $90 million budget. Performs very well. $291.5 million is what it acclaims. It gets Mr. Cheddar his only individual Oscar for Best Director. It's nominated for 5 Oscars, wins 4 of them for directing, film editing, Best Picture, and writing. Some people are critical of this movie, though. They don't think it's Scorsese's best, and I don't think that's a terrible thing to say. They said that this Oscar was more so like a lifetime achievement award for him, instead of like this being his best movie or even the best movie of the year. But man, I had a blast watching this one. And like I said, I saw it a little bit late, but it was one that's like, how had I not seen this yet? Especially with the star-studded cast. I think on the Purple Podcast, this is the first time we've had Matt Damon. This is the first time we've had Leo. This is the first time we've had Jack Nicholson. This is the first time we've had Mark Wahlberg. All these guys.
Martin Sheen,
Alec Baldwin. But
I don't know if I'd throw Alec Baldwin in with those other names, but we can throw him in there.
Alec Baldwin's a pretty big face, though. Like that.
Yeah, he's got a big face.
Sure.
Hey, you know who else is in this movie? Mark Rolston. You know who he is?
Boggs.
Mike's favorite character.
I don't know about all that.
What do you think about Boggs? Let's get this one out of the way. Question for you guys.
All right, fire away.
Was Boggs actually a rat?
I think so, right? I think he was.
I don't know. I think he was trying to figure out who the rat was. I don't know if he was the rat. What do you think, Oz?
That's what I'm asking you guys.
I don't think he was the rat, to answer your question. No.
Well, they say that he was police.
He intentionally gave William the wrong address to see if he was.
I don't think he intentionally did it.
Yeah, I don't think that was intent. I kind of thought he was a rat. Because the thing is, like, they made it known by the end of the movie that it wasn't maybe wildly unrealistic for multiple people to be involved. I'm thinking of the guy who shoots Leo right in his head and says, "Hey, you thought you were the only one who was in on this? Thought you were the only one?" I'm right here with you. It's just us now. And it's like,
that's a major theme of the movie is everyone could be a rat. There's probably more, like it could be everyone in his damn team. Who knows? I mean, not really, because they wouldn't be, I guess, committing the crimes. But yeah, I think that is a very important piece of this is that, the corruption and the rats, the moles, they're everywhere throughout. Jack Nicholson himself is a rat.
Yeah.
He's an FBI informant.
He's with an FBI and he's an FBI informant.
Yeah. So my thought process, this is something that you have to consider too, that maybe you would not know. There's a deleted scene that gives you more from that death scene of Delahunt, the character that Boggs plays in this, where he comes over and he talks to him a bit more. And I mean, he kind of lays out this groundwork and framework that like he'd never killed anyone. He'd worked there for 10 years. He was never a killer. And he was asked by Jack Nicholson's character, would you kill the rat if you found him? And I think in something from that deleted scene, you're supposed to think that he's not actually a rat, because Jack Nicholson has that part where he says, they're just saying he's a rat, so we stopped looking for the fucking rat, basically.
That's what I thought also.
Yeah. But in that scene, I think he comes to that moment where he's like, I found out I couldn't kill someone. I couldn't do it. So maybe it's him kind of seeing the light in his last moments there. And when he's asking him, tell me why I didn't tell you or didn't, bring it up. I think you're supposed to kind of think like, the guy is maybe had some kind of come to light. And you got to think these guys that are working with Jack Nicholson for a long time and seeing his just insanity, that maybe they do become disgruntled. And I think that's where, Billy kind of flips it on Costello's head, saying like, these people are disgruntled. You don't pay well, dude. They're going to try to kill you.
Yeah.
So like, I think that all these things kind of connect. And that's one thing this movie does really well, is there's a lot of places where you could read between the lines. It shows you a bit, but it doesn't show you everything, and it doesn't tell you everything. You're supposed to have your own interpretations. One of the biggest ones at the end, and how could you not think it? It's Billy's kid, right? To completely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's Billy's kid,
for sure.
I guess I'll just keep going on this. I'll keep talking. You guys keep listening. But one of the main themes of this movie is, legacy and family legacy. It makes a lot of these characters their motives. I mean, you look at Billy, what motivates him? He's got a father that's, not much. He's a Southie. He wants to be better. He wants to be a cop. That's his kind of motivation. He's kind of split personality. Mark Wahlberg calls it out to him. And then our guy, Colin, he's not from shit, and he's taken to Costello, and he wants to be something better, but he can't be because of his choices, the choices that he makes. He looks at the state capitol. That's a symbol of, being legitimate, being an actual kind of person for good and change, even though at the end of the day, I think the message is that there's corruption everywhere. But that gold Capitol building, that's symbolic of his ambition to be legitimate, to rise above his class too. And that's what kind of motivates these guys. And in the end, the people who are, left with no legacy, the departed, are Jack Nicholson, can't have kids, all this fucking and murdering and no son. And then also Colin, it's not actually his kid. So their legacy line, their actual familial line ends. They don't have the kids. And the two heroes, Queenan and Billy, Queenan has a kid already. It's at Notre Dame. They mention it briefly. And then Billy, who is, your thought to, it implies that is his kid with Madeline, Dr. Madeline.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Dad, did you understand anything Austin just said the past 5 minutes?
Yes, for Griffin, I love kicking both of you all. Austin, well done. I am
well
not
done.
going to go.
I'm just messing with you.
No, well done, young man.
You wanted to see me get mad and laugh like a fucking clown again.
Austin, it is what he does. Let me throw this out too. You know, the music. You know, we talk about the star-studded cast. I mean, I wrote down Rolling Stones, Dropkick Murphy. I mean, everybody knows those guys. The Allman Brothers, Rolling Stones again, John Lennon, Pink Floyd. I don't know if that was Pink Floyd singing.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think that was Pink Floyd, but that's Pink Floyd's song, you know, Comfortably Numb. You know, and my favorites, one of my favorite, probably top 5 songs is Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. When they played that, I'm just like, well, here we go.
This would be the third time that he's used the song Scorsese. He uses it in Goodfellas. He uses it in Casino. He uses it twice in this movie. So
he does.
He obviously takes to that one, no doubt. But yeah, as my favorite song of the movie, and how could it not be?
Did you see? I didn't see this in the moment, but I realized it. Well, I read something when
you just cuffed me there, Mike.
When Billy sends that CD off to our girl Madeline, and you know, it kind of reveals that Collie was on the inside of all of the bullshit. It's actually in an Exile on Main Street Rolling Stones CD case. Did y'all notice that?
Oh, I did not. Good catch, Griffin.
Well, it wasn't a catch. I just read the stuff.
Well, I want to say this too. I had a boss that would always, and he loved it. You know, he was from the military, and he would say, "No ticky, no laundry," and Costello said that, and I thought of him instantly. I went, "Oh my God!" I probably heard that at least 100 times while working for this fella. So shout out to my boy CJ. You know, that was one he used to say all the time at work. And man, that used to stick with me.
What did y'all think of that scene where Costello's talking to the clergymen?
I was about to say, enjoy your clams, cocksuckers.
Didn't he give him some money too? I mean, at the end, didn't he throw an envelope?
No. He told Billy to pay the tab as he was walking out the door.
Okay. I was thinking that
he gave him a crude drawing of the nun that was with them.
Oh my
God, that was great.
Should we get into some of our favorite scenes?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea,
Austin.
Griff, let's send it your way.
Gosh.
Yeah, Austin, he's been real quiet tonight. Griff, you
Did
okay?
we stun him? We knocked him off?
Hey, look, he's
freezing.
I think one of my favorite scenes is actually when Billy is first in that kind of therapy session with Madeline. Because, like, I'm telling you, I just thought Leo's acting throughout this was stellar. I really love that scene.
He's still a young fella in this one.
He was, absolutely. But you could tell he was catching Madeline kind of off her guard, and he got her stumbling quite a few times just by being so honest and saying, "Hey, I'll tell you, I'm wigging out all day. I want some drugs. That is what I want. That's all I care about. I see through all of this stuff, and, you know, you think you're helping, but you're not. Give me some drugs and let me get the hell out of here." And you could just tell he frazzled the hell out of her. And you could tell she was, you know.
You're going to close my file up?
Yeah, no, but you could tell he just got her real good. So, of course, once he storms out, she follows him. And I just loved how you knew it was going to happen. You knew it. She's like, "Okay, here's a real prescription." And he goes, "So you want to get coffee or something?" And it was like, there you go. But you knew it was going to happen. I mean,
there's a line I love in there when she first comes out. "Why is the last patient of the day always the hardest?" And he goes, "Because you're tired and don't give a shit. It's not supernatural." I thought that was great. And then, she continues on, and he asks.
Well, and I will say, like, I don't know. I mean,
she's a terrible therapist.
Well, you really can say that, but I like her character. Like, I enjoy her character, but she's kind of an asshole too. And now, granted, it didn't seem like old Collie Boy was the best guy to be with, but she's sneaking around on his ass.
Yeah, do you buy that she would ever go for him?
I didn't. Really. I didn't even think he was charming in that first dinner scene they had. He just kind of seemed obnoxious, but I don't know.
He's a twerp. I have his character. He's a mix between Good Will Hunting and the accent, and then his character in School Ties. Like just a twerp, dude. He is such.
I don't even know what School Ties is.
Oh well, it's with what's his name? Who was in The Mummy? The main
Brendan
character.
Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser. School Ties.
Yeah, he plays a Jewish fella, right?
Yeah, and they're anti-Semitic. Or he really is.
Yes, big time.
Damon's character in it.
Yeah. Griffin, that's a good one. You might want to check that one out.
Maybe we'll do it sometime.
Yeah, that might be a real good one.
Yeah. It is a good one.
But I would definitely say that was one of my favorite scenes. I think the ending of this movie is jam-packed. I really found myself super kind of transfixed during that when they're in the porno theater and
good.
Leo Billy
transfixed on what?
Yeah, what's up?
Transfixed on what?
Oh yeah, well that first, but then next, you see Billy in the back and he's on to him and he follows and kind of that chase that goes on with him and Collie where they're just so close to making that connection and finding each other. It was
that's
just
something.
Like,
This is a movie you have to watch back multiple times because there's so many times where they just cross paths just don't happen to not see each other. Right at the very beginning when Matt Damon, Collie's getting like promoted, he walks out and it's right when Billy's about to go in and talk with Keenan and Dignam for the first time. He's just sitting right out there like he's outside the principal's office kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Goes right past them. Like they cross paths and never really know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was fabulous. So the way the wind chimes, the mirrors, the glass seeing through the whatever you want to call it, the smoke, the fog, as he's walking across the street.
Colin stabs that guy. Like it's jam-packed, man.
I was going to say, and then he thinks it's somebody following him, which it was, and then he stabs the wrong guy, of course.
Yeah, and then you see him back at the office looking at the cameras.
Yeah.
Right, trying to figure out who it was.
There's
it was
so much
all
tension.
exciting. So much tension.
It keeps you on the edge of your seat for sure. Mike, you got any favorite scenes?
Guys, let's see. Well,
I'm sure you do.
Well, of course I do. William sees the envelope on Colin's desk.
Yeah.
When he sees that, it's like
the big one.
Everything clicks.
Everything starts to go. Everything, like you said, Austin, starts to click. Go, oh, that's why. That's why they knew to turn off the phones. That's why they knew this. That's why they knew. And he at that point, he just knows that, yeah, this is the guy. Hey, speaking of the rat, here's the rat. So I really like that scene. Speaking of the rat, I like the Jack Williams scene where he goes, there's a rat. There's a rat, and he starts doing that. That kills me.
Is that where Billy says, "I'll shoot you right in the head"?
This gnawing, cheese-eating fucking rat.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I love though that's where Billy says, "If you mess with me, I'll shoot you," or he says something. Oh,
yeah.
Do you think it was purposeful that Jack Nicholson drops his gun right then and there? Or do you think they just kept playing that? Because it worked well. The way he looks up, he's like
I don't know.
I think it was, Austin. I think it was.
I kind of thought it was to show.
There's a reason for everything.
I kind of thought it was to show that he kind of caught Costello on his heels a little bit, like, like, okay. But then what about when Costello comes up with that gun and he's looking at him and he's just crazy and it's like, oh my gosh. Like, I love that too because he's just so dynamic on the screen, man.
Costello, he looks strung out. I was trying to do a clip for you guys, and it's like I couldn't let I don't have any hair. If I had hair and I could have pulled it up and had it looking crazy, I think I could have done the rat scene, guys. But no, that was one that I really liked. I thought that was good. Let me give you
I like a line in that where Jack Nicholson goes, "I haven't needed money since I took Archie's milk money in the 3rd grade. Tell you the truth, I don't need pussy anymore either, but I like it."
Yeah. Something funny too.
He's so, like you said, Griffin. He is dynamic.
Well,
he is, Austin.
Again, another thing I read though, which is funny because I did think it was, with Costello's girlfriend. There's a lot of insinuations of them getting it on or whatever. Just there's a lot of insinuations. Apparently, originally that character was supposed to be like post-sexual. They described it as, because he's an older guy. And apparently Jack Nicholson said there's no way that I'm not going to be a horny bastard, in this role, which I thought was pretty cool. I just thought it was funny. Blanks.
Guys, let me say this too. Just a tidbit. Jack would not wear, they wanted him to wear something with Boston on. They wanted him to wear a Red Sox hat, and he would not do it. Jack's a Yankee fan, by the way, guys. So he would not do it, which I thought, you know what? I'm a Red Sox fan. Of course, we talked about that. I respect that if you're not.
Right here.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Austin, let me throw one more scene, and you guys can tear into this. The most unbelievable scene. Again, I've seen this a couple of times, but I was telling Griffin, it's been at least 10 years since I've seen this. But you get that feeling that, Leo in this movie, William, is, we talk about sad sacks. Man, this dude, if he isn't a sad sack, there isn't a sad sack.
There's a lot of contenders in this one.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy has been duped into, hey, do this, put your life on the line. What if I delete your files? Yeah, I mean, wow. But he's got, oh gosh, help me here. He's got Matt Damon, and he's coming out of the elevator, and you're like, oh, finally, he's gonna get his due. He's gonna get all the credit for everything he's done. And then boom. That scene hits you like a brick. That is a jaw-dropping scene. If that is not the scene of all scenes, guys. I mean, wow.
Sure. I'd have to say that is probably just the best scene. The turns in it, because hell, it doesn't end there. No. What's his name comes down the
Colin turns around, and help me, is it Brannigan?
I think is it Berrigan? It's one of the
Berrigan. I'm sorry, Berrigan. Berrigan shoots Leo, and then you're like, oh, William just got blasted, and then you're like, oh, I guess this is how they're going to end the movie. And then Colin turns around, boom, and shoots him in the head.
Well, Brown gets killed too.
Yeah.
Yes. It so crazy. So
you just fucking kill me. That fucking twerp, man.
God,
that's why the payoff at the end.
He was a weasel, man. He was such a weasel.
He was a weasel.
Yeah, well, that is exactly. And I as I was kind of ending on my scenes, I was thinking, man, someone's going to snag that, because it's just so good. And I don't know. I think it really just plays into, I guess you could say, just the futility or the machine aspect of all of it. It's like this mafia, this organized crime, this underbelly, it is literally just a machine, and it's turning and spitting people out left and right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. And I mean, this is just one of those movies where pretty much everyone dies, and Queenan gets thrown off a freaking building. I mean, like, ouch, man. Even I even noticed that the guys who threw him off at the end, when they're back at their HQ or whatever, did you hear him? They go, God, that was a bit much. Like that. Did you hear that? Like, one of them is like, man, that was a bit much. Like, I don't know if we needed to throw the guy off the freaking building.
Guys, apparently, I saw a special on Charlie Sheen last night. If you haven't seen it, guys, it is really wild. Charlie Sheen just opens up and just spills his guts about his whole life. He's doing all right now. Hey, he seems to, God, you know what? The guy is my age, and I'm telling you what, as I kept telling my wife, I said, my God, I feel so bad for him because I loved him as a kid. There was so many. That's something we ought to do is do some Charlie Sheen movies. But he would say, that his father was killed in just about every movie he was in. And then, as he's talking about that, I'm watching the documentary. Then I'm thinking about Charlie Sheen getting thrown off the roof. I'm like, God, that'd be awful seeing your dad die in every movie he's in. So
his blood splatters up. That's one of the gripes too. His body almost doesn't fall fast enough in the scene or something.
Yeah, it seemed like slow motion.
It looks a little funky when they do it. There's something about this movie too that anytime someone gets killed, there's X's somewhere. And then I didn't recognize it or see it, but that just in reading and doing research.
You know what that came from?
What from?
Apparently the 1930s Scarface.
Oh. Did they use a different kind of device? Was it X's?
No, I believe it was X's. And I think it was something that Scorsese just admired so much that he kind of had a callback to it.
Yeah, I read that there were other things that did it in different ways, but yeah. So
I've heard that before.
Let me go through a couple of mine. We've touched on
the
big ones, but a couple that or a few that I really like. That first scene with Billy going into the office with Queen and Dignam, the lines that Mark Wahlberg has in that are just
he's on fire.
Absolutely hilarious. He goes through the whole monologue. You little fucking snake. You were like different people. And he calls him out. He's like, what are you, a psychiatrist? He's like, you had two different accents. And it's kind of funny to consider because people do that. They play around and, you kind of, what's the word? Appropriate would be the word, wouldn't it? So they kind of play around with their atmosphere to a bit. So it's kind of funny that element of it, but just he's on fire. That would make us the C word. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that one. I'll stay away from saying it. But also that first like bar scene, the cranberry juice scene. That one is great. It is good scene, but that is a great scene where he's like, cranberry juice. It's a natural diuretic. My wife takes it when she's on a period. You on her period? And then Frenchie comes up. I loved Frenchie. Frenchie was awesome in this. He's like, that's like you said, we already touched down that line where he says, that's one of the guys that, almost the guy you can't hit. And then the guy moans, oh, he's like, oh, fucking what? And pieces him up, dude, like boxer style. Muhammad Ali and just drops the guy. Fucking Frenchie. Another great one is when they first kind of they're talking about Billy tuning up the guys from Province. Was it Province? Is that the Providence? The mafia guys. And they break his cast and start smacking on his arm.
Oh,
like
I also loved how Costello goes, those guys are coming to kill you now. Just so you know, they're going to kill you. It's sure as hell.
And unless I
stop them.
Yeah, and the day you're born, they will.
And it was so funny how he was just like, unless I stop them. And of course he had all that power. He did whatever the hell he wanted. So it is. I thought that was kind of cool. I agree. And speaking of Austin, old Billy kicking the shit out of those two guys in the gas station. That was pretty sweet too. It seemed like a gas station. I could be wrong about that, but
it was like a little gas station mart of some sort.
God,
something on the
awesome,
corner,
man.
Yeah, and then finally, I really like the scene when they think that they're finally gonna get Costello, and Alec Baldwin is hard as can be for it. He's pumped up. The Patriot Act, yeah, boys. And then the camera guy fucks it, and at the end of the scene, he's like, "Let me have a question. Let me talk to you real quick."
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Started slapping on him. And also in that line, there's that really great one. It's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'm the guy who does his job. I guess you're the other guy. Dignam in it. That was a great scene for me.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
Austin, are you going to wrap up the very last scene?
Well, I guess we do need to talk about.
Yeah, why don't you hit it? I mean, oh my God, it was that was added to the movie. I think Mark Wahlberg talked Scorsese into that. From
really?
the little that I read is
you making that up?
Could be, you assholes. Austin, it was in the research that I did that Wahlberg said, I got to come back somehow. I got to redeem myself and do something here. And,
I hate that
ahead.
Brown didn't bring Dignam onto the roof. It's like, dude, we could have gotten out of this. We could have done it.
Yeah, and he specifically going, I told you to bring Dignam. Is he here? Is he here? Like, yeah, that did suck.
Why didn't he, man? Why didn't he? And you know what, man? How did they not catch on to Colin's dumbass, man? Like, he was so purposely, like, throwing off the case. Like,
he was the only one it could have been. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious.
I guess it's easier said than done.
Well, I think it just got established really early that they really liked him and that he was kind of the man with the plan.
Really
he was like rising up in the ranks, and I think that kind of blinded a lot of people to some of those antics.
And also the flip side of the coin, how did Costello not know it was our guy Billy? I know he
yeah, that's a good point, Oz.
You've had these guys around forever. You've had your crew, but there's other crew as well. Shit starts turning on you when you bring this new guy in. It doesn't clearly state how long he was undercover, but they say at least over a year, right?
Yeah.
But I something that I kind of heard and have read is that, there was a natural kind of want for Costello to like Billy in a way. He liked his family. He respected his family. And there was a way that he almost like wanted better for him too. He's like, you going to go back to school? Fucking idiot. Maybe you'll wisen up and go back to school instead of doing this. There was something that he wanted to be the surrogate father. And we see at the end, who's the person who got left with the tapes? It was Billy. So he trusted the guy. Maybe there's a lot of theories. Maybe he did know, maybe he didn't know. There's so many like motives. The question of people's motives in this is huge because, man, everyone kind of plays both sides. Not everyone, but there's rats and there's, Costello himself's an FBI informant. Maybe it's to save his own ass, but yeah, that's one of the biggest questions. There's a lot of just gray, to go back on Elastica's theme that we said every week there. And that's one of the main themes of that show is the gray in between kind of area. Characters, fellas?
Truth.
Well, I guess we didn't necessarily say the very end too, like with, how it ends up. Dignam does kill him, which is in that scene, Colin accepts his fate too. He's just like, okay.
Yeah.
He's got a bag of bagels. Okay.
Hey. Something too. Well, I thought it was kind of cool that he was like all decked out. He had he had his like feet covered. He had his hands. He was like all just, he had all the gear on to make sure that it couldn't be traced back to him. And I saw that as him taking care of his boy Queenan. I saw that as kind of getting one back for Queenan because, it was bullshit that he had to go down like that because Collie was playing.
Well, and Costigan, man, like he had to have some kind of.
Well, I think Costigan kind of got his. He kind of got his due. We had Madeline crying at his funeral. He got some sort of medal, did he not? Within the police force.
Griffin, the medal doesn't count when you're dead.
I know, but he kind of got his roses, I think. And what happened to
the
Collie?
Bagpipes? He got the bagpipes.
He got the bagpipes, and Collie got his brains blown out in his apartment. After,
but he's gonna get his bagpipes too.
Yeah, he probably will. Something I didn't notice this, but when Collie drops those groceries after getting his head blown off, did he was there bologna and bread and all the stuff that was in his bag when Costello gave it to him as a kid?
I thought they were like bagels. I don't know. I couldn't tell, but no, that's interesting. That kind of.
I think there might have been a tie back to that, and of course,
God,
isn't that
how
cool?
Does he? Austin,
Isn't that
how
cool?
in the hell does he pick up on something like that? That's look at his face now.
We could go look at it. It's probably entirely wrong. It's probably just Philadelphia cream cheese and bagels.
I'll admit, I watched it with Amy, and she noticed that. Yeah. She's the one who said that.
No kidding. That's impressive.
I didn't notice it. I was like, dang,
Griffin, maybe we need to pull Amy on this show and get your stupid ass off of here. And maybe she can start giving us some good info. You've been about half asleep tonight, bud.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I'll say, you might be right about that. Of course, after Collie's dead and Dignam just moves out of that apartment, we see the window with the big Capitol building, like you said, Austin. What do we see on the perch, sniffing and rooting about?
Give us one, guys.
That rat. Austin, what is it? That cheese-eating
rat.
All right. I'll tell y'all, speaking of a cheese-eating rat, I think my favorite character has to be Costello. Jack Nicholson in this movie, man, what a leading dude. What a freaking veteran. What a player. What a dude of the game. I mean, God, he pulls the role off just magnificently. You like him. I found him, the range, the charisma. I loved him in this movie. I thought he was just awesome. I like the scene, too, where Dignam and Queenan kind of come up on him at it looked like some like event. I don't know what the hell it was, but
him and Queenan go back, don't they? They know each other from youth, don't they? There's like a conversation. It's like, your father wasn't there. You know, they talk about those things. He's like, oh, it's probably, and he talks about him. He mentions him immediately to Costigan, like, oh, that's something that Queenan would pull on me, that some kind of fucker like Queenan or whatever he says.
I just saw them as
by name.
I just kind of saw them as like the big dudes who had been in the game the longest. They knew each other like that. But sure. I kind of liked how Queenan and Dignam kind of walk up on him and they're like, hey, man, you know, we're going to get your ass. And he's like, yeah, okay. If you coulda, you woulda. And he just walks off. And it was kind of this funny little moment. But I loved his character. Now, granted, I thought that Leo did a fantastic job as old Billy Boy Costigan. I mean, I think that Matt Damon did a fantastic job too as our guy Collie. It's just, man, you liked Billy and you liked Costello more, right?
It's so hard to pick Colin because he just sucks so much. But
gosh.
He is funny too. I love that little scene in the beginning when they're playing rugby against the firefighters and he walks off.
That was funny.
Let me see what he says.
He's flipping everybody off.
You might not be allowed to say what he said.
Fuck you fucking queers. Firemen getting pussy for the first time in the history of fire or pussy. Hey, go save a kitten in a tree, you fucking homos.
Oh, he was brutal.
Well, let's talk about this. This is something that is questioned. It's a fan theory as well. Is Colin a closet homosexual?
Oh, because she does bring up that he couldn't get his dick hard that one night, that morning after. Did y'all pick up on that?
Yes.
Of course, and it's not his kid.
Well,
and he also has the lines of when Alec Baldwin, kind of says like, "Oh, how's it going with the girl?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm working overtime." With his dick or whatever it is, and he's just a little sheepish. There's the scene where they're in the porno place. He's
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's the flip side of it. That's just, you could read into it that way. That's the thing, man. There's so many little.
Well, there's a lot of complexity to this movie, and like you said, Austin, it's fast paced. You have to be paying attention to keep up.
The editing's like that. The scenes, the way they do it. Like there were times when, how I mentioned Jack Nicholson drew that little picture of the nun. I couldn't even pause it in time to see it.
Yeah,
it's like they show you this
too. I noticed that too.
They did little things like that all the time.
Well,
so it's fast paced.
I'm interested, Dad. Who's your favorite character?
Guys, we've got a star-studded cast. Okay,
yep.
And as Griffin pointed out, Jack is Jack. I mean, he he's the Michael Jordan of this cast. There's no doubt. Does he shine? Absolutely, he shines. I mean, he is man. He's so believable as the bad guy, the psychotic, the guy that would steal the kid's piggy bank. I mean, he's that guy.
Yeah.
But since Griffin
in The Shining to a degree, like he does it a lot.
I kept saying the whole movie, damn, this is the Joker playing in The Departed. I mean, just the way he acted, like I run this. This is my movie. Just the way he commands it. He commands everybody. You're below me. And he does it. He does it with such elegance, that you like him for some reason. But I thought Leo and I talk about the eyes. I talk about I personally, I felt so bad for that young man. He's trying to do the right thing. He talked about, hey, I've been in this for a year. Get me out of this. This psycho's going to friggin' kill me. He's walking around with a severed hand telling me about John Lennon. I mean, this guy's going to kill me, and you're telling me to wear a friggin' wire? Come on. That's crazy.
Microprocessors.
That was hilarious. Microprocessors. I thought that was almost like
that. It doesn't fucking matter. We don't know.
It's money.
Guys, I'm gonna say if I can, I don't want to say the same thing as Griff. I thought that Costello Jack, I thought he was absolutely carried the movie, but Leo, man, he was viable. He was you bought everything he brought to this movie. But Austin, you've said it several times in this podcast. You couldn't stand Matt Damon in it. He was a little prick, but guess what? He played his part. He did really well. Oh, yeah. I mean, usually we love Matt Damon, Bourne Identity, Bourne character. But in this one, oh, man, he was – you just – yes, absolutely. I could not stand him in this movie. So what's that mean? That means he did his job.
Yep.
Who's your guy, Oz?
I mean, man, it is tough. Billy's great. Costello's great. I really like a lot of Costello's crew, and we'll talk about Six Men in a second here. But I'll go with my favorite being Dignam. I think the Yankee Clipper's great in this, man. Best supporting actor nominee for the Oscars. He kills it in this, man. There was something that I read Scorsese said. There were times when Mark Wahlberg's accent would slip so far into his natural accent that they were going to need subtitles for it. He is just on fire every scene that he's in, man. And he sucks, but he's the one who brings due justice in the end. Yeah, great. I love the line that Quinlan has is like, he's a little different, but we all have to get used to him, kind of thing, like his approach, whatever it is. But maybe it's Billy. It probably is Billy, is DiCaprio, but Dignam just needs some credit, man. He was a phenomenal supporting actor that's a little too big to be a six man. So I'm going to give it to him. He kicked ass in it. Six men.
French.
He's mine. He's mine as well. He's reliable.
What about when he gets shot and I'm shot. And he's backing that car up. He's reversing it. And he hits it and it's like, shoot, I'm cooked. Fuck it. It's like, well, there you go. And that was that's a wild scene too, right? We see Collie and
the shootout. We didn't talk about that.
In a shootout. I mean, that's what a hell of a scene. And again, fast paced, everything just happens. It's like you spend 2 hours with these characters, next thing you know, they're gone in a second. And it's like, oh man.
Yeah, shame on us for not talking on that a little more, because the payoff of that scene, and we mentioned it briefly, but the payoff of that scene with Damon, with Nicholson, as they're dying, he tries to kill him. He calls him out for being a rat. It's like, is this what this is all about? All that fucking and murdering, and you never had any sons? And you can tell it strikes a chord with Costello. He gets pissed about it and sprays on him or tries to shoot him. He tries twice.
Yeah.
He tried with his last effort.
Yeah. Probably had to like give him a few more, man.
I got him. Yeah.
All right. Themes
Flip
and things.
phones, man.
Themes and things.
Well, we didn't talk about a lot of Six Men too because I really liked Fitzy. How about Fitzy?
Fitzy.
Wasn't he hilarious? He was
Call
funny.
your mother. Tell her you can't come home for supper. God,
That's
he had
not how you spell it.
I will.
Retarded.
I will say, God, he had a great accent himself.
He was great. He's in he's in Harry Potter, in the Deathly Hallows Part 1, a very small role.
I did not know that.
Delahart or something in that one. But Dignam. What an idiot. Fitzy was great. Delahunt, we got to give our man that. And I liked Alec Baldwin as Ellerby. I thought he was good. What about Sad Sack of the movie? What's our time looking like, G? We got to move.
Well, we're at an hour. That's why I was kind of pushing a little.
Well, this movie deserves this, guys.
Sad Sack of the movie. Who is it? Just give me it, guys.
I told you.
Oh, it's his cousin. It's his asshole cousin. That's a sad sack of the movie right there.
He's listed
as big ceiling great-great-grandfather. That's who it is. Kevin Corrigan. Oh, Sean Costigan. There we go.
Yeah, cousin Sean.
That's him. Themes and things. We got Mafia. We got Betrayal. We got Rat Bastard up in there.
Damn.
We got... What else do we got? We got Cops. We got Justice. We got Obstruction of Justice. We got Enemies, Friends, Conflict, Punching. What the hell else, man?
Cat, Mouse. I had Rat Bastard. I had Gray Area. I had Loyalty, Morality, Self versus Environment. Yeah. Those were my big ones, guys.
Big philosopher.
I got Corruption, Boston, Underworld, Love Triangle, like Casablanca. Just touched on that one, didn't we?
Yes,
Cigarettes, Tension, Deception.
Cigs.
How about some flip phones? There was a lot of that in here.
A lot of flip phones. Good call.
But the two big ones here, family legacy, last names. They call a lot of people by their last names, and I think that's purposeful because of the family legacy element of that and the way that affects people's identity and sense of identity. Sigmund Freud and the whole theory, talk about that, the way we perceive ourselves and how it makes us act in the outside world. I think that's a lot of what's going on here. You skipped over me on my sad sacks. I was going to go with the police camera tech, the guy that gets smacked by Alec Baldwin, Jimmy Bags, and man glassed at bar.
Yeah, he did get.
What was I gonna do? He went for his chest. I didn't know what he was doing. That was a great.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Bags. It's Jimmy Bags, man.
He doesn't need his teeth.
All right, guys.
Last couple.
Do it, Oz. Nick Cage.
Is this movie better with Nick Cage? And what role?
God, how could it not be better with Nick Cage? I mean, I feel like Nick Cage would just, who I would like to see, and I think that, again, our guy French was great in his role. I think it would be absolutely hilarious to see Nick Cage as French, and I think he could pull it off really well. I think if you want to go a bit more on the comedic side of things, you know what? I could see damn Nick Cage as Alec Baldwin. Get him the hell out and bring in Nick Cage, man.
I got him as Ellerby. That's my pick, too. I got him as Alec Baldwin, smacking on the camera.
Yeah.
You fucking this shit.
Why not, man?
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. That's who I got.
What you got, Pops?
You know what, guys? That's wonderful. I just, man, that's, gosh, I looked up, I was hoping to be able to pull the rabbit out of the hat and go, hey, Nick Cage was supposed to be this character. I could not find it, of course, but he would have been, I agree with you guys. Alec Baldwin, take his crazy ass out of the movie. You put Nick Cage's crazy ass in there and man, it's good. Could you imagine him with Wahlberg and all that? Man, it would have been great.
He'd be a funny Dignam, too.
Oh, Gosh. It would be a funny Dignam.
Oh, gosh.
No one could take that from Mark, though. I'll be honest.
No, Mark Wahlberg growing up in Boston. Yeah. Marky Mark kills this.
Yes.
He kills it.
Oh, we forgot one of the best lines. Let me do it real quick here.
Dad's knocking it back. He knows we're toward the end.
Maybe.
Here.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself. My theory on feds is they're like mushrooms. Feed them shit and keep them in the dark. You girls have a good day. And then Alec Baldwin goes, don't judge him from just this scene. You know?
That was good.
But that's probably one of his best lines, if not his best line in the whole movie. One that people
he had a bunch of them. Man, he had a bunch of them.
He was great.
So, boys, you drinking
in this movie?
You boys drinking some coffee or some wine watching this movie?
Boys, honestly, I'm drinking a little bourbon tonight. Well,
you're not drinking anything.
I'm not drinking. There's still a sip. I had to have a little bourbon. It's Friday recording this. It just sounded like the right thing to do. I hope I didn't show my tail tonight doing this, but I sure had a good time with The Departed. I'm going to say this is, to stay on task, this is a wine movie, because I think you need to be about halfway cranked up to watch this one. Again, 22 killings in this. Let's just call it what it is. Guys,
let's just say this. This movie is neither a coffee nor a wine movie.
Oh, I think it.
Let's just say that.
You don't think it is?
I don't think it's that. I think this movie is a Jameson movie.
Oh,
that is what it is. Irish whiskey. How about
Irish
that?
whiskey.
Or
throw a few car bombs in there, baby.
Maybe a car bomb, something like that. Get a little crazy.
Yeah, about halfway through the movie, you got to do a car bomb. About halfway through, you're doing a car bomb. You start
that or a cranberry juice.
Maybe you're starting with some Jameson. You're just sipping a little bit, having some fun. Midway through, you're like, shit, we need that pick me up. Let's go car bomb. And then maybe you're drinking a Guinness just to kind of enjoy the rest of it, man.
Yeah, this is another one Griffin cucked me on and didn't let me get out. But the Dropkick Murphys, man, I'm shipping up to Boston. The best song in this movie. By far. I think they play that one twice and they play Give Me Shelter twice.
Hey, they do, Austin. It's correct.
Yeah. Dropkick Murphys is an anthem for this movie, I would say.
No doubt.
Man, I think that's a great take on it. I also think that if you wanted to watch this movie on crazy mode, maybe you could sip some coffee and just really amp yourself up. I mean, this movie, again, it's one that requires quite a bit of focus. It requires your attention. And maybe if you're sipping some coffee, you could really just lock in, man, and have
nothing like some murder in the morning.
Hey, man, maybe. Something
you
else.
You definitely get it in this one.
You mentioned The Departed. I thought it was a great moment toward the beginning of the movie when Collie says, The Departed. And did you notice how, like, maybe it was just me, but I felt like when that moment happened, like, it was almost like they took the air out of the room in a very purposeful way just to give you that nod of, yep, that's the movie, you know. And,
well, there were also the flowers on Costigan's mom's casket. It was from Frank Costello that said, "To the Departed."
That's
and that's another fan theory, is that Costigan is perhaps Nicholson's son, but I don't subscribe to that one.
Interesting.
I don't subscribe to it, but he looks at him at that in a way. You know, he doesn't want to believe that he's the rat in a way.
Yeah.
Because all things do kind of point that he's the one. He walks out of that scene where they got to give their numbers kind of thing. But also he kind of plays it smartly. You know, he acts like someone that, you know, the guilty person would never actually walk out. That's saying they're guilty, you know? So it's a bit of reverse psychology too there.
He had guts, man. And I'm telling you, he had guts. And I think that's what kept him. I think that's what got him where he was, man, for sure. Nothing but respect.
And he talked about his steady hand, that he had a steady
hand.
Oh,
you're right, Dad. What a great moment. He said, my hand does not shake.
You're sitting next to a mass murderer. It's something I learned in prison.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, and he was telling the psychiatrist that. So, yeah, very well done. Wrap this up, boys.
What's next, Mike?
Guys, there's so many movies I want to do, but we've got Halloween coming up.
Spooky.
So these jacklegs, they want to do something just just to scare the pants off of this old geezer. Not happening. It's my pick. I'm going to pick Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
I've seen it numerous times with the kids when they were little.
This episode is brought to you by Depend, adults diapers.
Austin, have you seen it?
I have seen parts of it. It's actually one that I never really got onto.
Austin,
there's all kinds of movies around the era.
I can't wait to see what you think of this one. It's much better. It's much deeper than you think. So, guys, I think we're going to have a real good time.
I know people love it. It's not that I've been like, no, fuck Hocus Pocus. I've never been that guy. It's one of the ones that have been, missed along my kind of.
I just think it'll be perfect for
Halloween movies.
Yep.
Yeah, it's perfect for the season, of course.
Absolutely.
Boys, I'm excited for it. Like you said, Oz, we got this baby coming out. I'm super excited. Anybody who's been listening, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a ball being on here with you guys tonight. I've had so much fun, and man, I'm really gearing up to see what people think of this Stranger Things review we're doing too, Austin. Yeah. I'm really enjoying it.
What fun.
I'll tell you a little behind the scenes. I finished episode 8 of season 1 last night.
I'm going to do that tonight.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, guys, I think this was an awesome time. I've enjoyed it very much. Great pick this week, Austin. Great movie. Been a lot of fun talking, guys.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we'll get on out of here. I don't know how long we ran, but we had a whole lot of fun for all the time we did run. So we'll be back here soon. We'll be back on Wednesday. If you've listened to it on Sunday, we'll be back here soon, and it'll be Stranger Things, and it'll be a whole lot of fun. Those will be coming out each Wednesday leading up to the first episode of the new season, which will be November 26th. So we'll be running all the way through spooky season. We got Hocus Pocus coming up next Sunday. So hope you guys are excited about that one. If you listened all the way through, once again, guys, we truly appreciate it always. No doubt about that. We love that you're listening. We love you guys sending it out your way. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're living well. Enjoy, whatever's going on in your life. We got spooky season coming up. I'm a Libra, apparently. That's what I'm told. So this is my season, and I'm cranked. I'm ready for these Halloween movies coming up and just spooky season as a whole. Hope you guys enjoyed The Departed as much as we did. Be good, you cocksuckers. We love you. Bye-bye.